speak to Mr. Dickinson.
No, I don't think you want to do that.
The only job you're going to get in here is pushing up daisies from a pine box. Now get out.
Charlie.
I never wanted to go away. I never stopped loving you.
What name were you given at birth, stupid white man?
I'm William Blake.
Then you are a dead man.
Hey folks, it's Jim from the Movie One, and I'm here to review Jim Jarmusch's film, Dead Man. The revisionist western follows Johnny Depp as William Blake, not to be confused with the poet. This accountant who has left home after his parents passed away is offered a job in the town called Machine. After he arrives from Cleveland, he is told by the business manager, played by John Hurt, that there was no job for him after all. That night he spent some time with a prostitute, but when her former lover returns, played by Gabriel Byrne, he shoots Blake while killing the prostitute in the process. Blake shoots in retaliation, unaware that the man he killed is the son of Dickinson, the factory owner who denied Blake a job. Stealing a horse, he rides off into the wilderness where he meets a Native American named Nobody, who mistakes Blake as the famous poet reincarnated. While Dickinson has hired 3 men to find and kill William Blake for the murder of his son, the wounded Blake and Nobody go on a spiritual journey in this meditation of death. Before Depp was a huge movie star, the actor appeared in many independent and artistic films within the 90s. In fact, one would think after his success on 21 Jump Street, the actor would use his looks and ride on his charisma. Instead, he starred in surreal, honest, and challenging flicks, one of which was Dead Man, a film with no box office success and few Western thrills. In fact, some may be bored, and reasonably so, for the film's slow pace and lack of significant plot points. Depp's performance is mostly silent, and Blake lacks the eccentric qualities of his other characters. That role is left for Gary Farmer as Nobody. As a boy, Nobody was abducted into Europe and was disowned by his tribe when he returned to America. His only comfort when he was away from home was the work of William Blake. Fitting that Nobody thinks this accountant is the famous poet in an apocalyptic world devoid of glamour, releasing his anger on white men that destroyed this country and its supposed opportunities through racism, violence, and greed. Identity is fragile in the psychedelic vision as Blake changes progressively throughout, killing several people in the process. At one point, he even asks 2 marshals if they have read his poetry before he quickly draws on them.
You William Blake?
Yes, I am. Do you know my poetry?
Despite the inevitability of Blake's situation with a bullet lodged closely to his heart, Dead Man isn't too gloomy. There's plenty of moments of oddball humor thrown in. First shot of Robert Mitchum as Dickinson in his last role involves him holding a shotgun, egging Blake to leave his office. There's also actors Billy Bob Thornton and Jared Harris as 2 homosexuals, and musician Iggy Pop joins along as a crossdresser quoting the Bible. Rule of thumb, every movie that stars Billy Bob Thornton should have him shot in the foot. It felt like it belonged in a Coen Brothers comedy.
This one's mine, Big George. You had the last one.
Is that a fact?
I saw him first.
I don't give a shit who saw what and who did what or who did who.
You had the last Philistine. This one's mine.
If I want this one, I'll have him too, by God.
Fine. Well, how's if I just shoot you then, eh? What do you think about that?
You gonna shoot me?
That's right, I'm gonna shoot you.
Well, why don't you shoot me then, goddammit?
I will. I'll shoot you right now.
Come on, shoot me.
I will.
Well, quit talking about it and do it, by God.
I will. There you go.
Good God, I'm hit. Lord have mercy. Burns like hellfire. You son of a bitch.
Crispin Glover is typically strange and creepy as a man who warns Blake of the town of Machine. Alfred Molina makes an impression as a businessman welcoming of Blake but racist towards Nobody. Lance Henriksen, Michael Wincott, and Eugene Bird play the 3 hired bounty hunters in search for Blake, and they can only be described as violent, talkative, and naive. Shot by Robbie Mueller, the film's beautiful cinematography is accompanied by an electric score composed by Neil Young. It's a tad repetitive with the same guitar riff played over and over, but it works as a modern deconstruction of the Western genre. I'm not sure if Dead Man succeeds in what it's trying to get across, but it won't be something I will soon forget. That's it for the Movie Wine. Have a good day, folks. Until next time.
That there Blake fella keeps on shooting marshals. I'll end up liking him.
Dead Man.
the new film by Jim Jarmusch, original soundtrack by Neil Young.